Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video on the Gooners and Gloves Podcast channel. In today's video, it's going to be the 8th Gooners and Gloves podcast, and it's going to be my predictions and thoughts for Arsenal's game versus Bournemouth, taking place on Saturday at the Vitality Stadium. Of course, the international break is almost finished with, so now we can turn our attention over to Arsenal. So, let's just jump straight into it. So, I've gone for a prediction of Arsenal winning 2-0. Now, I'll get into why I think that's the case a little bit later, but first of all, just a few things to address heading into this game. Firstly, unfortunately, Arsenal are going through a bit of an injury crisis right now. The international break has now screwed us over twice in terms of injuries. Of course, Martin Odegaard was injured in the first international break, and now as a result of this international break, both Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli are doubts, which of course is highly unfortunate. Kai Havertz is also a doubt. He's been a doubt since the Southampton game and pulled out of Germany's squad altogether. And we'll have to see if he plays, but yeah, it's really, really unfortunate to be going through such an injury crisis. Odegaard probably won't end up playing till about late November, early December. Saka and Martinelli are doubts, but they could play. Havertz as well. So Saka, Havertz and Martinelli, as much as they're doubts, they could also play. So that's why it's a bit hard to predict who is actually going to play and what our starting 11 is going to look like against Bournemouth. But yeah, just, something to address. Unfortunately, we are going through a bit of an injury crisis right now. Saka, Havertz and Martinelli are all doubts. Odegaard obviously won't be back for quite a while. And then we've got several other injuries as well. However, hopefully Saka and Havertz and Martinelli will be okay. Fingers crossed that they're just doubts and will end up playing. Martinelli, we're still waiting on some final tests, so with him we don't know. Havertz did pull out of Germany, the Germany squad. However, it sounds like he should be fit to face Bournemouth. And Saka, of course, came off at about the 51st minute during the England game against Greece. So of course that was unfortunate, and it was a hamstring injury, but it sounded like he should be fine. Lee Carsley even said that Saka was almost ready for the Finland game. However, he just didn't want to take a risk with him. So I think he should be fine for the Bournemouth game, but we'll have to wait and see. Martinelli, as I mentioned, he's currently undergoing more tests and is staying in Brazil. He's not coming back to England just yet, so we'll have to get more of an update on him. And of course, Havertz did not play during the international break. However, it sounds like he should be okay for the Bournemouth game. So yeah, just something to address. Really unfortunate that we're going through such an injury crisis right now. But we've got to just stick together as a team. Arteta, he's dealt with stuff like this before, and hopefully we can just get through this injury crisis. It just sucks, especially when we've got so many big games coming up. Liverpool at home, Chelsea away, Newcastle away, Inter Milan away, etc., etc. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, just something to address. So that's one of the reasons why this is why I've gone for 2-0. So I still think we'll win. I do think, I can't bet against our away form. Our away form this season is just absolutely mental. Barely conceded any goals, scored loads of goals, haven't lost. So that's why I have gone for 2-0. However, I also don't think it's going to be like anything. I don't think we're going to win like 4, 5, 6-0, etc. I don't think it's going to be anything like massive. And the first reason is due to the injury crisis. But the second reason is because Bournemouth themselves have not been bad this season. They've been in good form. They've got solid players such as Semenyo, Tavernier, etc. And I just think they're a solid side. And also, away from home, it's always going to be a bit challenging. I know that our last couple of games against them at the Vitality have gone our way. 4-0 last season, 3-0 the season before that. However, Bournemouth are looking decent. They're in solid shape. As I said, players like Semenyo, Tavernier, Evan Nilsson, of course, up front is certainly a solid lineup. So I think due to a combination of our injury crisis and also them being in solid form, I think we're not going to score like an immense amount of goals, but I do still think we'll get a couple of goals past their net and ultimately win 2-0. And the reason I've gone for the clean sheet is because thankfully defensively we don't have too many injuries, and also, as I said, our away record this season is just unbelievable, so it's hard to bet against our away record right now. So yeah, that's why I think it's going to be 2-0. But in terms of how I think the game's going to go, I think possession's actually going to be quite even. I think honestly, honestly, either team could get it. I think we'll just about edge it. So I'm going to go for maybe throughout the game, a 55-45 sort of split on possession. So 55 Arsenal, 45 Bournemouth. I think it's going to be I think the possession's going to be quite even. I think Bournemouth will definitely have some chances. I do think they'll get some shots on target for sure. But I do think that Raya will be able to save them, and our defense will be able to get rid of them. So just because it's 2-0, it doesn't mean that I don't think Bournemouth's going to offer up any kind of challenge. Absolutely not. I do think that Bournemouth's going to have chances. I think they're going to get shots on target. I think they're definitely going to progress the ball. I think especially people that we need to look out for are Evanilson and Semenyo. I know Evanilson hasn't really found his groove yet, but at the same time, I do think that eventually he's going to start scoring goals. So we will have to definitely make sure that we contain Evanilson. And of course, Semenyo is just incredible right now. Really good form, scoring goals, getting assists. Just a very solid player. So I think he's somebody that we're going to have to definitely make sure that we contain. So yeah, 2-0 Arsenal. I was going to predict goal scorers, but as I said before, we have such an injury crisis that it's just hard to even know who's going to start. So for that reason, I've not actually predicted goal scorers. I've just said 2-0. But yeah, I think it's going to be quite even on possession, but I think that Arsenal, are going to have more shots on target. I do think our attacking threat will be a bit bigger than Bournemouth's. I do think that we'll be able to get past the defenders, not like super easily, but fairly routinely, if you get what I mean. But yeah, I think the main prediction is that while I think the possession is going to be quite competitive and close, I do think that Arsenal has got the quality to be able to get shots on target, get chances created, scoring from set pieces, etc., etc. So that's why I have gone Arsenal 2-0. I think we'll keep the clean sheet, and while it won't be an easy game, it should be we should be winning this, even with our injuries. I do still think that we should be winning this. So yeah. But that's, there's not really much to say, I guess. It's always hard to, it's hard to talk for a long time on a match like this. But yeah, Arsenal versus Bournemouth, 2-0 Arsenal. And yeah, I think Bournemouth are definitely going to have their fair share of chances. I think they're going to get them on target. I think they're going to have possession, but I don't think that they'll be able to get a goal past our net, just because, again, our away record has been incredible. We've only conceded a few goals. We've scored loads of goals. We haven't lost. So away from home, we're just in ridiculous form. So yeah, but the main talking point, I think, for this game is definitely the injury crisis and the selection dilemmas that I think Mikel Arteta will have. They're definitely going to be, there's definitely going to be selection dilemmas there, no doubt about it. But hopefully we can just get the job done, get the win, keep the clean sheet, keep the momentum going, especially before a pretty big week next week, when we've got Shakhtar Donetsk at home first on Tuesday, so it's a tight turnaround. And then also we've got, of course, Liverpool at home the following weekend, which is a huge game, especially with Liverpool being top of the league, because I do expect Liverpool to get the job done against Chelsea and thus stay top of the league, and therefore it's going to be a huge clash where we could potentially go top of the league if we beat Liverpool. So for that reason, hopefully we keep the momentum, get the job done, get the 3 points. My final prediction is Arsenal 2-0. I think it's going to be a tight battle for possession. However, I do think that Arsenal will be able to get more chances created, get more shots on target, potentially score from a set piece, score from another open play goal, and just ultimately get 2-0. So yeah, not going to be an absolutely just massively oh my god dominant performance where we win 5 or 6-0, definitely not. But I think that for the most part we will control each metric of the game. We'll have just about more possession, and ultimately I think we'll score twice and prevent Bournemouth from scoring at all. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. It's not the longest, but also, there's just not a lot to say, I guess. Ultimately, I just think it's going to be a standard game. We'll get the 2-0 win. We'll keep the clean sheet, and it certainly would be nice to keep the clean sheet, especially after failing to keep clean sheets against Leicester and also Southampton. So it'd be very nice to get back to keeping clean sheets. It'd be phenomenal. But yeah, please let me know down below who you think's gonna win. My final prediction is Arsenal 2-0. I think, I've already said it, but yeah, basically even possession battle. However, I think we'll have more chances, we'll have better defensive metrics, and ultimately we'll be able to win 2-0. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please let me know down below who you think's gonna win. Let me know if you guys think that each of our doubts is gonna be fit. Let me know if you think Saka, Havertz, Martinelli, etc. are gonna be fit, and when you think that Martin Odegaard will return. But yeah, please comment down below who you think's going to win, how many goals. If you think Bournemouth's going to score, please let me know who you think will score. I think the biggest threats personally are Semenyo and Evanilson, but let me know if there's somebody that I'm missing there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Comment down below who you think's going to win between Arsenal and Bournemouth, and also by how many goals. And yeah, thanks for the support on the channel. I really, really appreciate it. It means the world to me. Thanks for the support on the TikTok and Twitter pages as well, especially about my content to do with the Bivol Beterbiev fight. That stuff has done so well, and it's gotten, has done really, really well. So I really appreciate it, guys. I'm grateful each and every single time I see one of your comments and one of your subscriptions, etc. It makes me so grateful and so happy, and it means the world to me. So thank you guys very much. But without further ado, I'm going to end the podcast there. Thank you very much for watching. Comment down below who you think is going to win, and come on, you Gunners.